Hi everyone, and welcome to this week's webinar, Setting Up Lunch Counts. My name's Denise Drew, and I will be your host today. Today we're going to cover customizing meal count options and granting privileges so that teachers can provide key information to the kitchen, like the number of hot lunches and milks. We'll also dig into JMC Lunch Reports, which offers insight to where to locate the data submitted by teachers and other relevant information. So please hold all of your questions until the question and answer session at the end of each section. If you do need to communicate with the host, feel free to use the question and answer chat feature in your web browser toolbar. Configuring the lunch count options for teachers. JMC Office users can easily configure teachers' lunch count privileges to improve meal count accuracy for the kitchen. You simply select the desired number of meal counts and provide each meal count option a title. Once you have saved your configuration, teachers can start submitting detailed daily lunch counts to the office. To get started, you log into JMC Office at the building level and head to Office, Online Settings, and click the Teacher tab to define lunch count options for teachers. Step 1, you select a number from the Number of Counts drop-down list to create the items that will be available for teachers. Step 2, enter the names of the lunch count items such as hot lunch, cold lunch, salad, etc. in each of the fields to define the lunch count options. Step 3, click the Save button to update your changes to include the customized lunch count items on the Edit Lunch Count page in JMC Teacher. So let's take a live look at configuring lunch count options for teachers. At the home screen, we are going to make sure that we are logged into the district page so that we will do this for all building levels. Go to File, Online Settings, Teacher tab. Down here we have the lunch count. Right now, the teachers can submit something for how many are eating hot lunch, how many are taking cold lunch, and how many extra milks will be ordered. We can add to that and put in here maybe a baby Ruth and special lunch. Save. Now that gives the teachers 5 options to choose from. They can submit all of the above if there are any people eating any of the above fields. And you can decide, or your kitchen, what information they would like. And the floor is yours. It's time for a little question and answers. So go ahead and share your questions. I don't see any questions right now, so I'm going to keep moving on. Entering the lunch counts in JMC Teacher. By reporting the lunch count for their classes to the office, educators using JMC Teacher assists the kitchen in meal preparations by providing crucial information on the number of students requiring milk or that are participating in the hot lunch, enabling better planning and resource allocation. Begin in JMC Teacher and navigate to Classroom, Attendance, Edit Lunch Counts to enter a lunch count. Step 1, you select the date from the day drop-down list to enter a lunch count for a specific day. Step 2, you enter the number of students for each lunch count using the appropriate field. Step 3, click the Save button to send your lunch counts to the office. Helpful tip. Lunch count categories can be edited in JMC Office to create a new category or change the names of an existing one. And I showed you how to do that in the last step we just covered. So now we're going to take a live look at entering the lunch count in JMC Teacher. First, we're going to head over to this teacher, which is Mrs. Smith. I'm going to go to Classroom Attendance. And in the morning, I'll go ahead and, well, you pick the day, and then I'm going to enter attendance for that class and that day. Let's see. Enter lunch count. I will have for today everyone to raise their hand if they're going to have hot lunches. So I see that there's 15 students that will be taking hot lunch. 2 brought their own lunch. 3 will be eating salads. 10 will be eating Baby Ruth's. And 1 person has a special lunch. So we'll save that one. This says lunch count has been reported to the office as soon as you save it. So it is live data for the office to see right away. I wanted to show you more than one, so I got up another teacher. Let's see who we have. Oh, Mrs. Smith. Let's hope. Yep, Mrs. Smith. Let's see if we can log out and grab another teacher real quick here. And we will go with Carr. Okay. We will go to classroom attendance, enter attendance. Make sure that you enter in your attendance for your days. Let's see, are we on semester? Yep, quarter 3. For period 1, we have 1 student. We'll just count this child, Julie, absent, and then send it to the office. Classroom attendance has been reported. And then we go into the edit lunch counts. And again, we're going to put in how many people are eating hot lunch. 9. Extra milks, 5. Salads, 1. Baby Ruth, 0. And special lunch are 6 in our class today. Okay. And we will then again log in to a different teacher just so that we can get an idea when we go back to our data page in the office. Let's try Fiad. Log in. And classroom attendance, enter attendance, period 1. We can mark a whole bunch of kids absent today. Attendance is correct, and it has been sent to the office. Enter lunch counts. 5 are eating hot lunch. 10 need extra milks. 4 want a salad. 2 want a Baby Ruth. And 5 are eating special lunches. Save. And that has been reported to the office. So it is as simple as that in Teacher. You just go in when you're taking classroom attendance for first hour, take your attendance, and edit your lunch counts. The floor is yours for little questions. I don't see any questions at this time, so I will continue on. Viewing teacher lunch counts reports in JMC Office. Easily view the lunch counts and period attendance totals for all teachers in your building using the lunch count attendance by teacher report in JMC Office. Quickly view the number of students that are in the building throughout the day and effectively plan for meal prep by viewing the number of students that will receive items from your school's kitchen. To generate your lunch count attendance by teacher report, you head to period attendance, reports, lunch count attendance by teacher in JMC. Step 1, you click a date from the days box to view the lunch count attendance by teacher report for a specific date, a specified date. Helpful tip, view the total number of students receiving items from the school kitchen at the top of the report to help the kitchen staff prepare the correct amount of food and milk for meal services. Fun fact, if you spot an R next to a teacher's name in the period column, that's your cue that attendance has been reported. Step 2, which is optional, you can click the print button to print a copy of your report or click the export button to save it as a CSV file to be shared with your food service staff. So let's take a live look at viewing teacher's lunch count report in JMC Office. Back to our office page. We're going to go from home to, we have to log into a building to get to period attendance, reports, lunch count attendance by teacher report. And right here you can view the attendance that's been taken with the R's, that's been recorded by the teacher, and the actual names will show up in your period attendance report. And here we have the total number of hot lunches for these 3 teachers equal 29, 17 extra milks today, 8 extra salads in all 3 of these classes total, 12 baby Ruths, 12 special lunches. So that is a quick and easy way to adjust this. I know last time someone had asked if you can renumber these teachers so they're at the top. You will want to look for an R in period 1 to make sure everyone in period 1 took attendance for the day. And not every teacher will be teaching a class in period 1, so there might not be an R in every one, but you'll get an idea of how many teachers are teaching and how many should be submitted. Right now you have 2 teachers that submitted counts. So if you have 15 teachers, hopefully 15 teachers will submit the lunch reports and the attendance report and all the lunch reports. I sorted these teachers. And to sort the teachers, you go to attendance, staff, teachers, and I will go to Mrs. Fayette, and I made her sort priority 1. Then I went to Mr. Carr, and I made him sort priority number 2. And Mrs. Smith, I made number 3. So as you can see, when you head down to period attendance reports, lunch count attendance by teachers, I've got my teachers sorted in that order because I know all 3 of those teachers will be teaching first hour classes and will be submitting their lunch counts. You can set this up any way you want, but I just thought I'd throw that in there for a quick view. And let me see, I don't see any other questions at this time, so we'll just continue on. JMC news and upcoming events. The 5th week in January, on the 31st, we are going to have a webinar on Stump the Experts. That's going to be a fun one, so join us for that. On February 7, we will be having our Minnesota MCCC EdFi training for the new reporting that we're doing. And we've got a new program written for that, so please join us and learn how to submit your MCCC reports, which is required this year for EdFi. Then on the 14th, we have In Case You Missed It, utilizing the features of JMC collaboration tools. On February 21st, In Case You Missed It, utilizing features of JMC's Refresh New Family Enrollment Portal. And on the 22nd, we will be having a Minnesota Common Course Catalog EdFi work session. So that will be nice for everyone to really get a grasp on what's all involved in this Minnesota Common Course Catalog reporting. Calling all shared superintendents, now through March 31st, 2024. If you switch your second district to JMC, you'll get it free. Give our sales team a call at 800-524-8182, extension 2, or email at sales@jmcinc.com to learn more. We're looking for a few JMC superstars. At almost every school, we find an unofficial JMC go-to person. This is the person colleagues contact if you have a quick question about a module. You may hear them sharing JMC tips and tricks with a colleague over lunch. When a JMC training comes up, they're the ones nominated to go for the school. Does that sound like someone you know? Or maybe it's you. Whoever it is that came to mind, we want to meet them. Why? Well, we've learned along the way that these JMC superstars make the best client service specialists, and we are looking for passionate part-time client service specialists. Apply today by submitting your resume and cover letter to hr@jmcinc.com. Be social with us. It's another great way to stay up to date on all things JMC through our social media presence. Follow us on Twitter, Facebook, and LinkedIn at Online JMC or blog jmcinc.com/news. Thank you so much for joining us today for this week's webinar.